Hello and welcome. I just got back from a long trip and this fun box was waiting for me when I got back. I'm so excited. Let's dive in and see what's in this little small but mighty box. Okay, before we get into that box, I just want to show you this box because it also came today while I was home. And it has some art goodies in it too. So make sure you're subscribed down below with the all notifications bell turned on so you don't miss what's in this one. As for today's box, lots of watercolors. Let's get to it. I'm so excited. What we have here is a super fun box, small but mighty, like I said, from Jackson's Art Supply. And as you saw from the title, it is a watercolor art haul, and I'm so excited. So if you missed it, in my Christmas art haul, which I will link in the corner for you, I received a bunch of Christmas money. So I bought myself just a few things. This box and the box you're gonna see in the next video. That's pretty much it. I did buy some workout equipment, so that's probably the extent of what I'll buy with that money, although I do have a little bit left, so we'll see how that goes. Anyway, we have Roman small watercolor full pans. I bought 12 of them. There were a few colors that aren't in here that I did want, but this happened to coincide with Jackson's major sale on this paint, which meant everything was on sale, like half price basically. So there were a couple of colors that I did not get that I want, and I will tell you what those are in just a moment. So I did get 12. The colors that I didn't get that I want are nickel azo yellow, cobalt sea blue, deep green gold possibly, and maybe sap green. But the first two for sure, nickel azo yellow and cobalt sea blue, are ones that, when they're back in stock, I will definitely pick up. Here I thought, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get 15 originally of these paints, and it's gonna be a lot of money, but these 12 paints were only $51, so not very much, which is great. So let's get out my existing Roman Szmal palette. I only have 5 colors already. This will be a great addition, and we will swatch these and paint with them. Here is my existing palette. I have these 5 colors here, and I did 2 pretty cool paintings with just these 5 colors, and I will link that video in the corner and then the description box below as well. So you can see here that this palette is actually kind of neat. This is one that Irit Landgraf uses, and I will link her channel in the description box below as well. But mine keeps coming apart like this, and I thought in order to fit more paints, I would just take these metal things out and do my usual attaching these with 3M Velcro strips so I can move them around. So let's swatch the new colors. We have this swatch strip for these. I did create this swatch strip so that I could fill this up as if it were a normal metal palette. However, now I want to put a full 15 colors in here, 14, 15 colors. We'll see how much it fits. We're going to see how this works without the metal strips. And that's why, even though I could glue these, I just want to fit more paint in here. Little mixing chart I did with the original 5 colors that I received. Also, I asked Kimberly Crick her opinion when I knew I was going to buy these paints on which Roman Szmal paints that she would recommend, knowing that I had these 5 already. And she gave me an entire list, and I pretty much bought everything she said because I liked them also, but there were a few things out of stock, and I don't recall which ones those were. But she had great suggestions. I really appreciate her help, and she answered me immediately, which is so sweet. So these colors, most of them are directly from her suggestions, plus there were a few colors that I knew I absolutely wanted. I don't recall which they were, but we mixed them together, and this is what I ended up with. Jumping in here because it has been a long minute since I have opened these paints, and I just wanted to show you the wrappers do have the pigment information here, as well as transparency and all of that, granulating, etc. Color name, color number. However, the pans have 0 information on them. And my house was about 61 degrees when I got home, and I was able to peel this first one off without putting it in the fridge. Sometimes this wax paper stuff does stick to these, and you have to put your paints in the fridge for, I don't know, 3 to 5 minutes, or the freezer, 3 to 5 minutes before peeling this off. I think my house was cold enough when I got back from my long vacation that I won't have to do that. However, it is very important to me that I know what color this pan is, so as I peel each one off, I will be writing it on the pan and letting that dry completely before touching it again. It's going to take a while. I'm going to do that without you. I will see you guys in a second. All right, I know this looks a little chaotic right now, but I have them in the order that I think maybe I would like. They are not attached, you can see that now, And there's room for plenty more because I will squish them together and make them more compact when I actually attach them into this palette. I never think that you get your colors just right when you put them in your palette, but you do get used to where your colors are, so it's really not a huge deal. But let's just go ahead and swatch these and make sure that these are an order that I can at least live with for now. Oh, did I say we were swatching? I was wrong. But we are soon. Hang on. So I just rearranged these again, kind of squishing them together to see how many spaces I would have for the colors that I have left. And I want the 4 colors that I showed you possibly, and so I'm trying to leave room for those here. Now, I just realized the deep green gold would probably go in the greens here, but that's okay. I'm leaving room for the nickel azo yellow because I want that one absolutely for sure. I think I definitely want, I think I definitely, is that an oxymoron? Probably. The sap green, and I would put that here. I haven't swatched these out, so this may all change in a second, but that's okay. I definitely want the cobalt sea blue, and I would put that here. So the only thing that I have on this list that would be the deep green gold, and I didn't leave a great place for that. So maybe I could put that cobalt sea blue here, scooch this over. I don't know. I'm not going to have them for a while, so perhaps leaving them in this order here is okay for now, or I could leave that gap and put a deep green gold somewhere in here. I don't know. I got to think about this. Whatever. It's probably pointless to keep looking at this until I actually swatch them and can see what they look like on the paper that I actually use. So we will just do that. All set up here in the Etcher sketchbook, and I am going to do something a little different with these swatches. Now, I just watched a swatching video. I don't remember whose, but I thought maybe if I put water on the bottom half, just water, and then wet the paint neat, basically. I mean, you're wetting it because you have to. And coming down and meeting that water, then kind of seeing how it does a gradient. And I may pull the paint into the water a little bit, but I thought that would be interesting to try at the very least. And I am leaving some gaps, and I think this is the order of paint I have come to so far until we see these swatches. Okay, enough talking, let's swatch again. I keep saying that, and we're actually going to do it this time. Starting out, I am skipping around a bit because I did not put tape between them like I sometimes do. This one is Buff Titanium PW6:1 granulating and semi-opaque. That next one was Quin Gold PY150 P048 non-granulating and transparent. That one is Magenta PR122 non-granulating and transparent. That one follows with Potter's Pink, which is PR233 granulating and semi-transparent. It's such a pretty color. Followed by Caput Mortuum PR102. I did not write the original granulating or transparency of this down. This is just my previous pan of paint. This one is Ultramarine Light, again a previous pan of paint that I already owned, which is PB29. This one here is Hooker's Green PY150 PB27 non-granulating and transparent. It is very pretty. This one is Ocean Blue, new color PBR24 PB15:3 medium granulation and semi-transparent. This one is Aquarius Black PBK11 granulating and semi-transparent. That one is very neat. We'll make some great mixes. On to Lemon Yellow PY61, a color I already owned, so I don't have all that previous information on that one. Next, we have Aquarius, another color I already owned. It is PR214, Aquarius Red, by the way. I missed that last word there. This one is Mineral Violet, new color PB29 PV19, granulating and transparent. I expected that one to be a little more purple than it was, but it leans heavily towards blue. This is Cobalt Teal PG50, medium granulation, semi-opaque. This is Prussian Blue PB27, non-granulating and transparent. The next one we have is, oh, I said that wrong. That first one was Hooker's Green. Oh no, I'm totally messing up, and you can see my mess ups. I'll leave that in the video for you. I left those 2 spaces and then I messed them up. So yes, that first one was Hooker's Green. This one is Aquarius Green. Color I already had, PY150, PBR25, and PB29. Last one here is Misty Morning, PG50, PV19, granulating, semi-transparent. This one is Aquarius Brown, PBR 11, granulating semi-transparent. They're all pretty and dry. Here they are in all their dry glory. I'm pretty happy with the order that I've put them in here, and I don't think I need to change anything. I actually don't think I need as many greens as I originally thought, and we're going to do some mixes to probably prove that point. Let's take a look at these labels versus the swatches because I think they're pretty spot on. It depends on where in the gradient you hold the label, but these labels are supposedly, I don't know, I've heard the rumor that they're hand painted, and they are very accurate as far as I can tell. Wait, is that the right one? So yeah, it depends on where you hold it in your gradient, but they seem pretty spot on, which is great if you are shopping in person. If you're shopping online, obviously it's just a crapshoot, but I love how, oops, here we go, camera in the right place. I love how accurate their swatches are on these because you will know exactly what you're getting, especially like this Potter's pink too. I was like, yeah, that's not going to be very accurate, but it is. And we even go more towards the mass tone in their label and then off into the gradient, so it's pretty neat. Aquarius Brown. They got it even darker than I could. How cool is that? And I know I said in the beginning of the video we would do a painting, but we're not. Because I saw all these beautiful colors, and all I want to do and all I can think about is mixing them all together and seeing what other colors we can come up with. So this is part of the Waffle Flower swatch stamping set, and this was a gift to me by Diane. If you missed that video, oh my goodness, definitely go watch it. Huge thanks to Diane. Anyway, the video will be linked up in the corner and then the description box below. I am going to use the circle stamps here, and when you do this, you just have to make sure that you're using waterproof ink. I have this Stays On ink jet black, and it's pretty old, but I'm hoping that it will still be good enough for this. It's been a while. It's been since I received these stamps originally that I have even used this ink. So I'm going to make a ton of circles over here on this side of my Etch Your sketchbook and do so many mixes that it's going to make me incredibly happy. So let's get to mixing and see what beautiful colors we can make with these. I can't wait. I think that mixing these colors is going to be one of the most satisfying things that I have done recently. All right, we have lots of fun circles stamped on here, and I didn't do the first one very well, but the other rows are good. I made them go to the end. But anyway, before I do that, I want to go ahead and secure these pans because, like I said, I'm pretty happy with the order that I swatched them in, and it doesn't really matter because the way I put the pans in there is on Velcro. You can see that here. I just use a 3M Velcro strip, and I do that so that you can move these around really easily, and they just snap in. And if you want to move them around, switch things around, you can just do that. So basically the only thing important is that you put the Velcro strip on the bottom in about the same place each time. It doesn't have to be totally exact because it will snap in if it has any kind of contact whatsoever. So like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it is kind of cool to do that so you can move them around if you want to in the future. So I've pulled out all of my 3M Velcro strips that I have already. These were just in my, basically like my office junk drawer. And you can see I've cut some already for doing this in the past. Doesn't matter which side you use because they all snap together. It's all good. And I have this huge box that I just received in the mail while I was gone. This is a set of 52 pairs of Velcro strips because I am doing a really fun project in my guest room that is going to be art related and will be featured on this channel. So lots of fun stuff coming up, but I needed lots of these for that. So I did buy those with my birthday money as well. Anyway, I'm going to secure these pans because I don't want them to move around. It was kind of a problem when I was swatching all this goodness over here. And then we will do all the fun mixing. I can't wait. I started swatching the lemon yellow with pretty much any interesting other color in the palette. And you can see all the fun mixes we got there. Next row was the Aquarius red. doing the exact same thing, and then I realized I'm probably not going to remember these mixes, so I should probably write them down. And then a couple of the mixes were really dark, so I did dilute them halfway through. You can see those ones with the very obvious gradient in the middle. Then I just wanted to do a couple of mixes that I thought would be interesting. I did mark them down, and I will show these to you in a little bit more detail later. That fourth row is the Quin Magenta with pretty much every other color that I thought would be interesting. You can see we have some beautiful purples with that one, and I decided to mix that with the yellow and make a brown, which I really enjoyed. That brown is actually really pretty. This last row is all the buff titanium with several other colors, except the very last circle, which I will explain to you a bit later. Look at all these beautiful mixes. Oh my goodness. So that first row is all lemon yellow with the colors written under them. The second row is the Aquarius with the colors written underneath. The third row is just kind of a mixture. I basically started with Potter's Pink the whole way across and then kind of changed it over at the end. This one is an entire row of magenta mixed with other colors. And then I thought maybe I got the wrong color here, tested it up there. Nope, that's the right color because it looks so much like something else. I thought I grabbed the wrong pan, but nope, it's all good. And this was buff titanium mixed with everything except at the end I did Prussian blue with cobalt teal because I was curious. And I could probably just make pages and pages of these mixes and be oh so happy. Look at these beautiful browns. The Quin Gold with the Prussian blue is kind of like a gold brown, so pretty. The Hooker's Green with the magenta, oh so pretty. And I think that magenta was such a good choice. I love every color we have in the magenta line here, so very happy with that choice. So as usual, the Roman Szmal paints, very much a pleasure to work with. They activate really easily. This is my water. I accidentally dipped my magenta into my clean water. Oops. But it is pretty muddy, and that is because I used a lot of buff titanium at the end. That is a very opaque color, but it is a color that I really enjoy. Out of curiosity, what would you be inspired to paint with these colors? They are so darn pretty, and I will be doing a painting, just not today. So definitely stay tuned for further updates on this paint because it will be used again, and I was glad to have all this extra mixing space. I do not use it for paint like Irit Landgraf. I use it for mixing, and this is the first time I've ever actually used this space for mixing. The only time I ever use that much space is when I'm doing these kind of mixing charts because you need a lot of space. Coming in here real quick to see if you notice the difference. So this is magenta with Aquarius right here. Look how dark it is. I had more Aquarius in this one than magenta, and then I did the same thing here, but I had more magenta than Aquarius. Look at the differences between these two. Huge. So you could do these color mixing charts, and then you could take every single color and do a gradient of them and get completely different colors, different values. It's going to be so amazing. So this is 17 colors, I believe, and you wouldn't even need this many to do a whole bunch of mixes. This was just with 5 colors, and I only did a portion of the gradients with just these 5 colors. So imagine the possibilities. Well, I certainly hope you're as excited about these new paints as I am, and remember to stay tuned for the next video where I will open that other box of paint goodies. All right, guys, I will see you in the next video. Have a great week, and bye for now. Anyway, we have, and I did 2 really cool paintings with just these 5 colors. I'll link that video over. So, hey, what are you eating? Stop it. Don't eat the foam out of the box. The cat is eating the foam. I'm going to have to shut that box. Why are you such a pain? He looks so innocent. He's not innocent. Where were we? Real quick, it is... Hey, stop wiggling. Is that Misty Morning? Ah, I dropped it. Look at my floor. It's full of hair.